Well, good evening, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Well, we had a great day. I know the weather is not very good in the UK. I think here we're due some rain tonight and tomorrow, I think. But other than that, it's not been too bad, I'll be honest. What I'm going to say straight away, guys, is what I've got. Hang on, here we go. I've got a lot to say tonight, guys. I want to get through with it. So if you're saying that hello, when I say hi straight away. Also, if you've got any questions, just put them below the video, and I'll try and answer them during the week as well. Hopefully, anyway, if you're watching my Facebook group, I know some of you are, which is fantastic. I said on there I've got a special announcement. Well, what it is mainly is because at the moment in Spain, the COVID restrictions are getting tighter and tighter, and I just can't get out much. And to be honest, I've run out of videos. I've got a video for next week. So what I've decided to do is, instead of doing 2 videos a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm going to drop the Thursday video, but I will be doing a live show every Thursday until things start to get a little bit better, until I can get back out and make more videos. But at the moment, I've run out of videos. This time last year, I had 2 months of videos that I can keep on turning over, but this year it hasn't gone a very good start, has it? But as always, I want to kick in straight away for some thank yous first. As always, the coffee fund, wow, it's been really good this past week. I've got to say thank you straight away to Robert, Alison, Maria, and and Martin, double thumbs for you, sir. And I want to thank you much for that. Also, I want to thank the people that bought some t-shirts. I've got a couple more t-shirts sold. And I've got to thank Chris, because he gave me a photograph. Top man, Chris. I think Chris is still back in the UK. He was telling me. Yeah, Chris, you got a thumbs up. Thank you much for that. It's most appreciated, guys, because it does help me do a bit of funding here. And it's, as you notice, behind me is the next live show, which is next Thursday. So don't forget that, guys. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to kick in the intro, and then we get on with the show. Well, welcome to another Place in the Sun by Otherworld Properties. Should we go and have a look? So we're back again now. Okay, tonight's going to be a little bit different because usually I just say put up all the comments that people see. Now tonight I can't see the comments tonight because I'm going to get distracted. I'm not going to get on with what I want to talk about. So hopefully next Thursday I'll get back to saying hello to the comments and answering questions that way. But if you have got a question, please add it below the video and I'll get back to you in the week on that. So also I forgot to say a big thank you for a couple of people. They know who they are. Mandy and Steve, top people. I don't explain what that's about. They know what it's about. Anyway, thank you much, you two. Top people. Okay. Oh yeah, a couple of YouTube sites that I watch, but mainly it's Spain Speaks. If you're living in Spain or from outside Spain, you know, Stuart that does the, I think he does it every day now, what's going on the whole of Spain. So it gives you some idea. Now, at the moment here where I live in the Murcia region, this week, they've already started, they've shut down the bars and restaurants, they can only do takeaway. Now they're on about putting in a curfew at 8 o'clock. I think at the moment they haven't enforced that yet. I might be wrong because they seem to be changing it all the time. God, they're changing it so quickly now. We're getting information in the evening for the next day. I can't go out with my friends anymore now. I can only go out, me and the wife and the dog. I can't meet anybody, which I like meeting people, and I find that pretty hard. So I just go out with me and Bonnie. Yeah, I'm not going to go to. I think we all know the restrictions are getting tighter and tighter. But anyway, tonight, what it was, I'm getting quite a few questions about residency after Brexit. So that's what most of tonight's going to be about. It's completely different now, guys. If you didn't get your residency in before the end of last year, it's totally different. We're not even talking residency anymore. We're talking about visas. I'll get onto that in a minute. Now, something else. The guy, Chris, put up a memo. Well, not a memo, a comment on my Facebook group about he was charged for transferring money from his UK through Currencies Direct into his bank. Now he uses the same as what I do. I use Currencies Direct and I use Casa Bank. Now it's not the transfer company that's been a problem. It's the Spanish banks. Now, as far as I know, it might just be Casa Bank, but from what I can see so far, some other people in other banks have been charged as well. So watch when you're transferring your money, guys. Please just check your bank account. Now, Currencies Direct refunded my money, which is nice of them. We'll read out a message from them in a minute, but this is only from Currencies Direct. I'm not too sure about transfer wise. Some people said they're not getting charged, but please check your bank account because they do. The Casa Bank has been taking out payments, 15 euros. And if you're doing 15 euros every time you transfer money, that soon adds up in a year. I mean, I already pay bank charges anyway. I did go into the bank. It's not easy trying to explain the problem. I can't speak much Spanish. That's my own fault, obviously. Anyway, it was obviously to do with the Brexit thing. So I'm going to read out what I got from Currencies Direct. So anybody with Currencies Direct and they've been charged, they will refund you the money. So what I'm going to say here, this is what they've given me. Some banks have interpreted the SEPA rules, whatever the SEPA rules are, differently and may apply a receiving fee. Currencies Direct takes this seriously and is countering the arguments that the banks are making. Currencies Direct guarantee that there'll be no receiving fees on the sums sent to Spanish accounts by Currencies Direct, and to give you peace of mind, should you have any fees be applied for Currencies Direct transfers, then they will refund the beneficiaries upon providing proof. So if you're using Currencies Direct and your bank, be it Casa, Banker, I don't know the other banks, it sounds like they're all doing it at the moment. I might be wrong. It'd be nice to know in the in the comments that I can't see. But if I see the comments, I'm going to get distracted from that. So I just thought I'd put that out straight away because no doubt there could be a lot of people. I didn't know about it. It's only because somebody else, I think Chris put up the comment about that. I actually checked my account and they'd taken out 15 euros. So just be warned. And no doubt there's going to be a few more things going on. I mean, I had to post my pension application back to the UK, and the best wishes, which is like a UK post office here in Spain, they did say that mail is being also delayed, so don't expect sudden response. So something else going on at the moment as well. Okay, now I wrote it all down here. I've got all these pieces of paper, and what I've done, I've headed it. Can I still move or retire to Spain after Brexit? And obviously the question that is, yes, you can, but it is totally different now. Now, when I first looked into this, I saw a couple of YouTube videos on YouTube, by Spanish solicitors that they made last year anyway. And what it sounds like, because let's say, for instance, we're talking about people in the UK, because most of the people that watch me are from the UK anyway. So now they're out of Brexit, you're classed as non-EU citizens. And because you're non-EU citizens, the whole thing is different now, guys. I'm sorry about that, but that's the way it is. Hopefully, maybe later on in the year, the Spain will change it slightly. I don't know. But at the moment, it's what everybody else is. So if you come from Australia, Canada, or outside the EU, this is what you've got to go through. And it's the same as people in the UK. And you can't deal with this in Spain. You've got to go back to the place that you as a main resident from, because I know there are people here in Spain that are still not resident. You can't deal with it here in Spain. Spain will not touch it. You've got to go back to the UK. You've got to contact the Spanish embassy. And I believe, just to make matters even worse, obviously with the COVID, that the Spanish embassy is closed at the moment because of COVID restrictions. So don't expect anything new. So anyway, what I found out was that some of these YouTube videos were a bit misleading. They were sort of saying that it's the same sort of thing, that if you're applying for what it's called now is called a non-lucrative visa. And what that means really is you can come to Spain, like obviously you can come to retire, or you can come to Spain without no work. I'll go on further on about the other visas as well, but I'm just going to go on to about the main one. And this is what most people are probably going to apply for anyway if they're coming to Spain. You got to deal with it at the Spanish embassy in the UK. You can't deal with it here in Spain, and unless somebody else knows a bit more, because some of these videos are a little bit misleading. They did leave out a lot of information. Obviously, the main thing was about you got to show enough money in your account to make sure that you can survive there, okay? And that was a bit of a minefield. How much money do you need in your account? Now, and also don't forget, guys, I'm just an ordinary person. I ain't no qualified finance person, nothing like that. As I always state in a lot of my videos, especially when you're buying property, always seek legal advice. I'm just giving you as a guide, really, not as a professional. I don't get paid for these sort of things, but I know a lot of people have been asking about it. It's getting so confusing because trying to find information is how, and I've looked on the English, the British Madrid site for the UK Gov, hardly anything at all on that. I've looked at the Citizens Advice Spain. They've actually got a whole list of PDFs that you can go through, but nothing about applying for a visa. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get that piece of paper and we'll go through it, because what time is it now? Because it's quite long. I couldn't believe how much work is involved in it as well. So I'll get rid of that piece of paper. So let's get on with it. So what I found is, yeah, you're going to have to apply for a visa, guys. And this visa only lasts for a year. And what it is, you renew your visa every 2 years until you've done your 5 years, and then you can go for permanent residency. So then you get your permanent residency, and it's the same as me. Once I've been here 5 years as a resident, I go for permanent residency. I think I got another couple of years for that. So I'm only talking about people that's applying for residency after Brexit. Now, obviously, people that's applied for residency at the end of the year, two people I've already mentioned, Steve and Mandy, have done that. Obviously, they're still going through the process of buying their property. Because they've gone through the process, they've been allowed to, I think it's go up to June the 21st for the residency. But if you haven't applied for your residency by end of last year, then you come under this new category, unfortunately, this non-lucrative visa. Now, I might have pronounced that wrong, because you know me, I'm not very good at my pronunciation, so you get the gist of it. And what I've also done below my video, my YouTube video, now it might be the same with the Facebook, if you watch them on Facebook, is that if you look below, there will be a link to a site that I found. I think it was called Expat Can't find it. Anyway, I'll get back to that in a minute, but there is a link below which will give you a lot more information, and hopefully you probably understand it a lot more than hearing me babble on about it. But I just want to give you some idea of what you've got to go through. So it says here, for a non-EU citizen to live, work, or retire in Spain. Well, obviously, a non-lucrative visa is for you if you're looking to retire only, or come into Spain not to work. So the visa allows you to stay in Spain for 1 year. Also, you will be a tax resident as well. So don't forget that, guys. If you've got a property back in the UK, or you got lots of money in the UK, you're going to be taxed both ways. It doesn't sound as bad as it is. That's why I always say you've got to find some legal person that will tell all the ins and outs of that side of it, but you will be taxed as well. Right, the visa is renewable every 2 years until you get your permanent residency after 5 years. Right, requirements. Here we go. You've got to have sufficient funds. Now, like I said before, I didn't understand that bit, because there's been so many people saying, oh, you need 90,000 or you need 24,000. You know, I can't see that. I think I did read somewhere it's 5,000 or 6,000, but I can't swear on that. So check this site that I've got below the video if you can understand that. And this is why I say you need somebody that knows all that sort of stuff to explain that a bit more. But it says you've got to have sufficient funds, and you've got to have, because I lost it already. Oh God, where has it gone? Oh, no. Right, here we go. Bear with me, guys, because I've come off the frigging book. Oh yeah, that's right. You got to have bank statements up to 6 months. So they want to see, which is a bit bizarre because you're in the UK and you're showing your 6 month bank statements. Well, I don't understand about that, but that's what they're asking. Right, there's private healthcare, obviously. Okay, I made a note here because as I was reading further down, it says the application must be made in the country of your origin. And this is what I was saying, because I know some people was thinking, oh, they could do it here in Spain, contact. There's quite a few people here in Spain that are like translators that do things like that, but you can't do it, guys. You've got to do it in the country where you come from. This is why I sort of stopped. You have to be a legal resident, obviously. You're not able to apply for Spain having entered the country as a tourist. So if you come over on holiday and you've seen a property and then you decide I want to be a resident here, you got to go back to the UK. Maybe you can send a letter back to the Spanish consulate in the UK to deal with it. Possible. Something else that you would need to find out, guys. And obviously you can only stay in Spain now for 90 days, which is 3 months. Instead of the 180 that used to be. So what I did then you got to send all these documents to the Spanish consulate in the UK, and don't ask me what the address is. I can only take it obviously in London, isn't it? So this is what I've got. So the form that you need for the national visa form is the X/01. You need a private health insurance policy from a Spanish company. And obviously that's going to cover you for all your elements. Something else that your solicitor or whatever should know what you need, because obviously with private health insurance, you get like free things. You get like the bronze, which is like the cheap service. It just covers a few things. No doubt you got to take out the full cover, and you got to pay up for the whole year. Right, you need a bank certificate to show you got sufficient funds. You need you need photos, 3x4 with a white background. So we're talking about passport photographs. You need 3 of them. You got to send as well. You need a passport. Now your passport's got to have more than 6 months on it as well. A medical certificate is something else. Nothing to do with your private health. This is a medical certificate showing that you don't suffer from any restricted diseases translated. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, showing you've got you're not suffering from any restricted diseases, whatever that is. Are we talking about a heart condition? Now, obviously, if you have got health problems, especially if you have got a heart condition, you're probably not going to get private health insurance anyway. But that's another thing, unfortunately, that's going to happen. The other thing is you've got to also supply a criminal record from the local police. I think it's 5, maybe 10 years back. Which also has got to be translated into Spanish. And then you've got to send this all off to the Spanish consulate in the UK. Confirmation will be within 1 month, hopefully. And you've got to do all this before you actually come to Spain, guys. So, you've got to, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks, maybe, I don't know. This is, well, a month, isn't it? So you've probably got to do it 2 months before you come to Spain, which at the moment is pretty not good happening, is it? Because something else I've seen today, I don't know how true that is, that Spain's on about, they're already talking, they don't want any tourists coming in until after the summer. Really? I don't know if they can afford that, really, because Spain relies on the tourist industry, and I don't know how true that is. I mean, we're talking January already, but I know a couple of people already contacted me yesterday saying that their flights for May and June had been cancelled by Ryanair. So possibly, I don't know. And I don't want to speculate on that. I'm hoping that a lot of people can still come over because obviously the UK is doing pretty well with the vaccine thing. Spain's a bit slow at the moment on that. Okay, anyway. So it says you get confirmation within a month. It'll be stamped. Your passport will be stamped as well with a visa, obviously. And I don't know what the cost is. It doesn't say anything about cost, and there's bound to be a cost to it. So no doubt that's something else you guys will have to find out. And the visa will also include your NIE, which is your tax code thing. So is that sorted? And once you arrive in Spain, you will need then to register at your local town or your town hall to get your padron, and then you apply for your TIE, which is your foreigner's identity card. Now, this is what we can get as well. Some people already have got their TIE already. I've been told I don't need to get one yet. I'm not going out to get the TIE yet, but some people have. And the TIE is a pretty good idea. It's like a driving license card with your face on it, and you obviously fingerprint at a police station, and it doesn't cost a lot of money, but obviously once you get your visa, you've got to get that done as well. And like it said, every 2 years you have to go through the same, sounds like you've got to go through the same process, maybe not as much until the 5 years is up. So that's that's not brilliant, no doubt, because obviously that's for people that come into Spain not to work, but obviously to retire. Now, I'm not saying that people that are working, that obviously a lot of people do work online. Maybe you can get away with that. I don't know. See, something else you'd have to check with your solicitor on those sort of things. Now, the other options are, which I don't know, some of you might come under. Obviously, a golden visa. It's like a golden visa card. What all this is about. If you've got a minimum investment of 500,000 euros, so if you bought a property worth over 500,000, you can get into Spain on a golden visa card. Obviously, you still have to show your criminal records certificate, private health insurance, and also sufficient funds. Now, if you've got a property over 500,000, then I would imagine you've got sufficient funds. So that for the richer people, not that wouldn't have been me. I couldn't have got in for that. And obviously, it can go up to 2 million or 1 million, or if you've got 1 million in shares, or you want to stick it in the bank. I'll be honest, I would not want to stick a lot of money in a Spanish bank, but that's some people's prerogative on that. The other way is obviously for people that want to work, you can, whoever is going to offer you the work, they've got to do it their end. So obviously, if you come over maybe on a holiday or something, and you found a company that was going to take you on, they've got to apply. It says it has to be made by your employer. So your employer in Spain would have to apply for a work permit. And it doesn't say any more about that. So that would be up to the employer. So depending on how good you are, that they're willing to take you on. So that's something else. There's another visa here called the highly skilled professional visa. What this is you have a job offer as a highly skilled worker, or you are a graduate, a postgraduate from a university, obviously somebody that they think is going to be really ideal for them. And no doubt this would be the same as in the UK. Prestigious business school, you might qualify for a highly skilled professional visa. So no doubt there's a few of you out there with that. And then it's got an entrepreneur visa, starting up as an innovative business that's of interest to the Spain. So obviously somebody's got a lot of I would imagine that somebody's got a lot of money, a lot of skill in some business, and obviously taking on Spanish people or people here in Spain to work at business, then you can go for the entrepreneur visa. But I think the main one for here, mostly, obviously the golden visa would be a good option for some people that's got the money, is the non-lucrative visa. And that's it really, guys. Now what it is, I'm hoping to bring out a video in a couple of weeks time, and we're doing, we've still got 82 hanging on for me. That's pretty good. And what I'm trying to do, I'm asking you guys as well, because no doubt some of you probably know a bit more information that I probably don't. If you could add that below the video, that would be really helpful, not just for me, but for other people as well. Now, I've been on a couple of Facebook groups here in Spain. Everybody seems to have a different opinion. So but I think it is going to be helpful for people, because I didn't realize that was the option. When I first heard about one of the Spanish videos that I watched, I think it was about, it had the same title, can I move to or retire to Spain after Brexit? 3/4 of the video was all about if you had applied for residency before the end of last year. And right at the end, she said, and if you're applying for residency after December the 31st, you can't get it. And I thought, well, surely the video was about that anyway. And I found it, like I said at the beginning, I found a few more videos going on about this non-lucrative visa thing. And they missed out quite a bit of information. They were sort of going down the same road as when I applied for a visa, a resident card, about you've got to have enough money in your bank account, health insurance, nothing about criminal record. They didn't ask me for that. What else was it? God, I was trying to think else was in there. I want a lot, really. Obviously, your NIE, your Padron was another main thing, and obviously some money for the immigration office to sort out and stamp. And they give you a little titchy green card. Now, obviously, now anybody applying for a new card now will get this TIE card. It sounds a good idea, I think, because it's like a driving license. I think if it's still there, it's going to be like that. But that in a TIE card. So yeah, I don't know, and it'd be interesting to know how much they're going to charge for that, because I couldn't find no information at all about that at all. Obviously, I suppose if you could deal with a Spanish company, maybe, and the same with estate agents. I don't know if can estate agents deal with this, as a package. I don't know. That'd be interesting to know. What we got now? I've got half hour left, which is good. Right, another thing that somebody did mention that I haven't written down really, but I thought this might have gone on a bit longer, was about the vaccine in Spain, because there's a couple of people that did ask about the vaccine. I'll just knock that thing off now. I'll put that one back up. Was about the vaccine in Spain. Now they've obviously started vaccinating in January, but listening to the past couple of days, it sounds like they're not doing the 80-year-olds until up to March. So it looks like I got a bit of a wait. And I haven't been contacted. I'm on the Spanish health system. We're being given no notification at all. So we're a bit in the I don't know, in the blank world on that, really. I know some of my friends back in the UK. Some of them have had their injection. My ex's granddad, he's had both injections, but here in Spain, I don't know anybody that's actually had any injections yet. And I don't know what the rollout on that is. It obviously sounds like we're not going to get ours till probably well past the summer anyway. Somebody did put a post up on one of the Facebook pages, and I think they've just been quite honest, really. They're not a resident, and will they get vaccinated? And obviously, most of them were saying, well, you're only going to get vaccinated from the country where you're a resident from. So depending on where you come from is where you're going to get vaccinated. Obviously, people that's got private health insurance here in Spain, I don't know, because I'm not on it, but I would imagine you're going to have to pay for it. But it'd be interesting to know, yet again, if you can put that below as well, if you've been informed by your private health insurance. Now, I know a few people that's got private health insurance. They still haven't been contacted, and they don't know what to do. Now, we did ask our counsellor on Camposol Explorers about what's the process, and we're obviously still waiting for that. So no doubt it's to do with the health authority in Mazarin that will probably contact us to give us a bit more information on that. So we're still on the myth on that. I mean, from what I can make out of it, yes, because you're a resident in Spain, you're entitled to the vaccine, and we just got to wait out to when it happens, unfortunately. And that's about it, really. So what I'm going to do now, because I've got half an hour left, I want to go into the comments. Now, I can see already I've got 85 comments. So, guys, I am going to miss some of the comments, unfortunately. I hope you found this a little bit interesting. I would love to know what the comments are going to be on this. It might be totally different what I was expecting, but I know a lot of people have been asking, especially over the past week or so, that there's still people trying to come out. They want to come out to look at property. I know there's a lot of people in the UK who've got property here in Spain, and they're really worried because they can't get out. Every time, I think after Easter time, a lot of people want to be coming out. That the flights are being cancelled again, and there's on about shutting the borders. A lot of false news out there as well, which doesn't help a lot of people. I do agree. So I'm going to go into the comments now. Let's see what we got here. Okay, let's have a look. How far we got? Okay, what I'm going to do, okay, here we go. Let's start from there. I'm going to knock this thing on. Let's just get back to the banner a bit. Knock that off now, because I'm going into the quick comments now. This could be a hit and miss, I must say. Let's see where I can start from. Oh, here we got Rob. Rob. There we go. Could you record a Zoom meeting with your three amigos so we can get to know a bit more, just ideas of videos during lockdown? Good idea, Rob. Unfortunately, just answering Rob's question there. So what I've done, I've gone into Rob. So anybody before Rob, I'm sorry, guys, I've got too many to look at. Good idea about the Zoom meeting. I can do that on air, apparently. I can speak up to 6 people, I believe. I might be wrong. Now, I know Jackie watches my channel. Don't know if she's still on. But unfortunately, Antonio, I did contact Antonio last week. He's working in Totana now, I believe. He's a social worker. He's got a bad health condition anyway. I think he just wants to stay clear of everybody. And I said, that's fine. I haven't got a fantastic lungs myself. So we won't be getting up with the three amigos for a while yet. And of course, the other thing is, it'd be fantastic because he's not here, is he? I used to get Harvey. used to help me out. I think he helped me out once, and then the next time the bloody restrictions said I couldn't have anybody in there that was not part of my family. So unless I adopt Harvey, I suppose that's possible. But good idea, that, Rob. I did think about having a chat with somebody else in Spain that knows a bit more than me. Be interesting, obviously, because people want to know lots of things, what's going on in Spain. But I will think about that, Rob. Thank you very much. Mark, oh, Sean, is it possible to get a COVID test in Mazaron before travelling back to Norway? Another good question, that, Mark. Now, as far as I know, if you know Mazaron town, because I don't know very well, but I know where we went for our medical for our driving license, which is halfway down the town. I believe that place is doing the COVID test, but I'm not 100%. So anybody that's from Camposol that knows about the COVID-19 tests, because I know they're not doing it on Camposol, as far as I know. And the nearest place, I believe, other than that's probably the Cartagena Hospital. But good question, that, Mark, and hopefully somebody will get back onto that one. I love my Irish passport. Obviously, a lot of people that's got their EU passports, then you just got the old process, which is now, to me, it sounds quite simple. According to being a non-EU resident now must be a nightmare. And I really feel for you guys. Harvey, I was charged €10 transfer with them, and then no doubt get a reply tomorrow. So interesting to know, Harvey, who do you use Casa or do you use somebody else? And was it obviously you got charged €10, so it can't be Casa then, but it'd be interesting to know who you got charged by, Harvey. It's always Manana. It is. Have you got a new drone yet, Harvey? Okay. Evening. Yeah. We're having a chat there with the gang. Harvey. Right, here we go. And a little chat there. All right, sorry I'm late. Sadie, you're not late. You've still got another 20 minutes of me, but thanks for coming in. How did you get on with your crash drone, Steve? Okay, so we're talking about that now. Evening, a little late. Thomas, Lee, nice to see you. It's the 21st hour, the 21st day, the 21st century, says Sim Ting Wong. Yes. Okay, we're going to have a little chit chat going on there. Yeah, and a bit more. Welcome every time. Okay, good video. Okay, so I'm just obviously people that had read what I said about. If you've got any comments, please put them down below the video. Are you allowed to move there permanently if you have a criminal record, even if it's Eddie? I would say no. I think one of the things about Spain, I can remember years ago when my folks moved down to Costa del Sol, that was a place where all the criminals and robbers used to hang out, and because they couldn't get touched. And then Spain and the UK did a deal, and obviously now with this new restriction thing, I wouldn't have thought so, but it's always worth trying, no doubt. All right, so may pop in after Currencies Direct post office. Okay. I have a medical issue. God, to be hard now. I have a medical issues. Good to be hard now. Okay, mate. Right, here we go. Spanish properties won't be shifting anytime soon. No, I wouldn't have thought so. But don't forget, as I was saying about that all before, for people that are buying holiday homes or buying places to rent out, it's not going to affect them because they only come over for 2 or 3 weeks or a couple of months. So they can carry on. And no doubt that there could be a new market there. There could be, a lot of people coming over for the winter period because it's supposed to be a little bit warmer during the daytime, but in the evenings it's frigging cold. But obviously, if you pick it right, I always say sort of like just after April time, it just warms up just right. And also just after about September, October, it's a nice time to come over as well. So no doubt that's going to go in there. Just reading that one there. Nope. Spain may change rules as the Spanish economy, as it's on the backside. Yeah, Portugal that's it. Yeah. Now I do watch a lot of these I call them world campers, RV campers, and Portugal's made it more attractive for people to come to Portugal, and they got this 180 days thing. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, especially if we got another year of this, then I'm sure Spain will be looking at that option as well. So still early days yet. Don't give up yet, guys. I mean, it's not all bad news. It's just obviously with the COVID, it doesn't help. And of course, I wouldn't be surprised in a couple months' time, things will be a little bit different for the visas. I think it's cheapest. Right, okay, Stephen's still talking there about his drone. Here we go. Sure. They have a massive backlog, so they are focused on that. So those that are resident will probably process end of 21, no rush. Yeah, I'm sure, you know, things will happen. Golden visa, buckaroos. I mean, I wish I had that type of money, but I know that obviously there are people out there, and I think about, when you think about it in the UK, most of the properties in the UK now are probably well over that now. Well, I used to live down in sunny Dorset, especially on sandbanks. I mean, most properties there are over $1 million anyway, so you should have no chance if you come from that area. But yeah, good, better option. Sounds a hell of a lot of work. Yeah, it does. I'll be honest, Steve, it does. But I'd imagine there's going to be quite a few people quite happy to take it on for you. But also be very careful, guys, because there will be a lot of unscrupulous people out there who will say they can do it for you, even probably say they can do it for you out in Spain. And it definitely, well, the way I read it was you can't do it at all here in Spain. So don't think somebody's offering €200 package, I'll get your residency. Don't do it. You know, do your research. Golden visas can be split amongst multiple properties, and you can include income properties and business. Yeah, I mean, that's another side of it. I mean, I'm no doubt you could get a couple of your mates together if you want to go into the property business. You know, some people do that, don't they, as an investment. Because there are, you know, if you get the right place and the right type of property, you can make a lot of money. Obviously, at the moment, it ain't gonna happen, is it? Because until this COVID thing's out of the way and things can get back to some normality, and that looks like that's going to be a couple of years yet. And looking at the news at Belladome the other day, will they? I mean, they will get back, obviously, but it's going to take, I would imagine it's going to take a long time to get back to some sort of normality. I think last time I heard that there's only 11 hotels that were still open at Belladome, and a lot were just shut up, and they called them the vultures. These are the people that will pay you a pittance to take it off your hands. Obviously, this is another thing in Spain. Most people do leave their properties because they just can't afford to pay the tax. So yeah. Gosh, Julie's popped in. Do any of these visas require a Spanish language test? Rob, what I've found is, and I've learned this off many people, especially Steve and Mandy, if you use Google Chrome, if you use anything that's on Google Chrome, virtually translates it into English if it's in Spanish. So you shouldn't need a Spanish language test. No, I think that's a good thing about the advancement. There's technology now to do before you get to Spain. To do before you get to Spain. Sure. Yeah. I mean, I'll take it on about Judy. You got to do all this now before you come to Spain. You can't come over to Spain, see a place, and then go through the process. I might be wrong on that. I mean, I would imagine surely you could just get all the stuff together and then send it to the Spanish consulate in the UK. But that's something else that you would have to find out from a legal person. All right, sure, you apply in the UK embassy, you have to give a date. you want to be in Spain by, you have 90 days to do it. You have to have 26k in your bank, 4k for each additional person. Year 2, it's twice that amount, then the same doubled amount for years 4 and 5. You need a passport, obviously, photos, medical cert, showing full health, reference any restricted diseases, full health insurance, no co-payments, criminal record check, etc. Then you can come to Spain and apply for all over again. Sounds horrible, doesn't it? But virtually what Facebook user is saying is probably true. I'm still debating about the 26 grand you got to have, but I did see something like that in one of the write-ups. I did see, so something you're gonna have to look into, guys. But virtually, yeah, that's pretty correct. Oh well, Portugal, here will come then. Yeah, I heard about this D7. Yeah, what you're right, Stuart. Is it called a D7? I did hear there was another name for it as well. But yeah, and I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I'm sure Spain, within the next month or so, will start to realise, because there's a lot of talk about what's going on in Portugal at the moment with the D7, 180 days. It's a lot more attractive, isn't it? Gosh, there's a lot to do then, Sean, before you can begin to. Yeah, that's right, Julie. It's horrible, really. And I think, I don't know if I could go for all that if I tried to, if I'd done it now. Thankfully, I come here before all this happened. I mean, I come here even before the Brexit. I never thought the Brexit would happen. I've been here a year, 2016, when it went through. I still didn't think they would do it, and they did it. And I think it dragged on for those couple of years, and I think still people were hoping it wouldn't happen. And it's happened now, and we've got to accept it, and we've got to move on with it. But yeah, but I'm hoping that Spain this year will make things a lot more simpler for people, especially as you can see that Portugal are already doing that now. So I'm sure Spain will do it. I'm guessing everyone will have to have a COVID vaccine. Yeah, as they come under the, yeah, well, this is another thing, isn't it, about contagious diseases as well. I did see something else today. I follow a guy in Barcelona. He's a tourist operator, and he was saying that the airplanes are getting together to devise an app. It's like a passport, but as a digital app sort of thing. Obviously, you got to have your they want you to be vaccinated first, don't they, for one thing before you can come over. But how long that will happen, I don't know, because a lot of people won't be getting their vaccines till well into the summer anyway. But we'll have to see, I suppose. Well, my almost not. Well, there you are. See, Rob. See, they are doing the older people first. Oh, hang on, I've just gone a bit too far there. God, how far? There we go. I've still got loads to go. Tom, you all right for time? Good. Hope your mum's all right, Rob. Looks like I'm not coming. Then way too much work. Sadie, don't give up. Early days yet. This could all change within the next month or so. It's a bit like the flights over to Spain. They're already talking about you can't come over until the end of the summer. I don't know. They said all this last year in a sense. They're changing their minds every frigging week now, but it does sound like a lot of work, but I'm sure something will happen in the next month. So I suppose through time there'll be a clarity, but total up in the air now and for the near future. Great update, Sean, though. Yeah, thank you much. I mean, when people start asking me about residency, I thought, oh, okay, so there's going to be a couple of things different, but I wasn't expecting that you had to apply for your residency in the country that you're coming from. And I thought, when I saw that video from the Spanish lady saying right at the end of the video, if you're applying for residency after 2020, you're not going to get one. And I thought, sure, what? And she's right, unfortunately, at the moment. But yeah, I'm sure things will change. I'm booked for the 4th of July, fingers crossed. Need this break. Tony, we've got them for you, mate. It's still a long way off. Very interesting information, Sean. Thanks, Tone. Glad you found it interesting. Nice update, Sean. Well done again. Top man, RV. What's your info on changing driving license? I understand you can't change direct, but you can sit a Spanish driving test. Chris, yeah, that's another thing that's cropped up as well about driving licenses. It sounds like if you applied for your driving license at the end of last year, you still got time up to July or something as well to get your Spanish driving license. And I think if you apply for your Spanish driving license now, you're going to have to do a test. Now, I would imagine there will be Spanish driving schools that will do it in English, but that does seem to be the thing now. You're going to have to take a Spanish test. What that entails, I don't know. I would imagine it's going to be a bit like a tick test. I wouldn't have thought they could do a theory test. Obviously, the signs are different here in the EU. Not too much, but some of the road junctions are slightly different to what you'd expect to find in the UK. But yeah, driving licenses, if you apply for them now, you're going to have to do a driving test. But I haven't heard no more about that yet. I think with this COVID thing, information is pretty sparse at the moment, trying to find out, especially from now on. Yeah, top man RV. Yeah, good. Oh, I got Stafford's in. Evening, Sean from Barcelona. I take it you didn't get no snow in Barcelona, even though I know on the mountains you obviously did, but weather's fine for you. I was number one. Top man Martin, you are always number one. Hello, Sean from Wrexham. I bought my new t-shirt and I will send you a pic of me the next. There's Jim. I'm looking forward to that t-shirt photograph. I will be proud to put it up for you, sir. I hear that the Spanish mayors have been. You obviously read some of the news headlines. Yeah, from what I could make out of it, it's not the. I think it's one lot of mayors at the moment. I think it's the Murcia mayor. It's decided the Murcia health minister. That's it. It's not the mayor, but I believe it's. Unless I haven't seen about all the mayors yet, but I heard that the Spanish health minister for Murcia has decided that he's at risk. Not anybody else, but he's at risk, and his wife was as well. I don't know what his wife does. Maybe she's at health minister number 2, but apparently they both had vaccinations, which they shouldn't have done. But here in Spain, things are done differently. He won't get told off about it. He might get a warning, but yeah, that's what I heard. But I haven't heard any more about that because we ain't heard nothing. I'm coming to live in Camposol mid-February. Top man, Stafford, I look forward to seeing you come down here. Let's hope the weather's better because tomorrow we got rain, but we've had some nice sun this week. So you got a new toy, Sean. Looking forward to seeing pictures of it. Have I got a new toy? Now that thing you saw was an old toy. I had, yeah, I've been flying it about. But yeah, now it's not. I haven't got nothing new at the moment. Banker, right? So Banker's charging as well. Now I did hear. I did chat with Steve the other day about it because Banker has been taken over by Casa, and Steve said he didn't think it went through in the end. So Banker and Casa are still separate, I believe. So it's interesting to know that Banker obviously were charging for transfers as well. So, but cheaper, obviously, because I had to pay 15 euros and you're paying 10, but I got the money back, thankfully. Revolt are the best. No fees and great rates. Yeah, I've heard about Revolt. Yeah, I have to see. I mean, it's not the transfer companies that are charged, not making no money. It's the banks. Just make sure, Stuart, you check your bank. If you're paying into a Spanish bank, it's the bank. Nothing to do with the transfer company. You find most of these transfer companies don't charge anything because they make their money out of you anyway, don't they? So it's the banks that are charging the money. Nothing to do with the transfer company. I think what it's all to do with is the IBA, whatever it is, because it's because the UK is not part of it. Now, some banks in the UK, I know I'm with one of them. I've got it all sorted with the EU, but there are some banks in the UK that haven't. And I think what's happened is Spain's disputing all that they think they're all having. I don't understand the politics of all this, but I'm sure it will be resolved. But yeah, I no doubt. Tor FX is another one. TransferWise. I mean, there's loads of them about. And to me, some are better than others, obviously. I could name somebody else, but I'm not. No matter how much you spend, it's all right. So whatever you spend, it's 10 euros. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what it is. No matter what you transfer, be it 10 euros to 10 million, they just charge you for the fee, which, you know, I think is bloody wrong. I mean, because the banks charge anyway, you know, unless you got a lot of money in the bank account. Got to agree. So Martin, top man, right? Expat Network quote on their website: for a residency visa, you will need at least. Mrs. M, thank you very much. It's always good to know information. 25 grand. This is, however, the minimal. A higher amount may be required for extra dependents. This is the other thing. Obviously, most people that, hang on, you can't see my face now, can you? Obviously, most people that come over to Spain is going to be one or two, and there are families. So it is quite a lot of money to look at, and I'm sure Spain's going to relook at all this because I never had that type of money. The rates are constantly updating, and the very best you will get anywhere, says mine. Hi, Sean. Just a heads up on the transfer in funds to purchase your house and 500 euros for the bankers. So yeah, I know. It's a nightmare, isn't it? They make enough money out of you anyway, and to carry on being charged. Plus, if you go for a 2-year visa, you need to double 25 with 6 months paperwork to prove you're not getting the loan. Thank you, Mrs. M. But it's mind blowing, isn't it? All this change that's happened since Brexit. Hi, Sean. Just remembered you're on. Looking well. Thank you, top man, Alan. How we doing? I've got 4 minutes. I see a Scottish couple in here. Oh, Barry, definitely interesting times ahead for us all. That's for sure. Yeah, things are totally different now, aren't they? I was thinking, sounds like if Hong Kong free, it sounds like a nightmare. It definitely sounds like a nightmare. Andy's coming in from Australia. You, what was it, 35, I believe? I've got a friend over near Adelaide, I think. Near you, I think about it. Nice to see you, Andy. Julie, message from for all you criminals. I'm sure there's not many criminals really. Oh, hang on, we got Lee just popped in on Spanish yet. It's the mainstream. Oh, here we go. Anyway, guys, as I always say, thank you very much. Anyway, don't forget, I'm back next Thursday. I'm on every Thursday now, so don't forget me, and most appreciate it. I'll catch you next time. Where is it? Where's it gone? Oh, hang on. Let's get this going. That's it. Okay, I'm off. I'm off. Okay, guys.